e.l.f. has been launching new products like crazy lately, and I've been having a lot of fun testing them out. I haven't gotten everything that they've launched, but when I got the email that this product was launching, I went immediately to the website and ordered it, and I couldn't wait for it to get in. What is it? It is the e.l.f. Suntouchable Invisible Sunscreen. It has an SPF 35, and it says that it is a sun protection and a blurring primer. I have already tried and love the Suntouchable Whoa Glow. I did a whole video reviewing this one. I'll link it up above and down in the description box below. But I don't always want to be glowy. I am 58 years old, I have mature skin, lines and wrinkles, and I also am still oily in the T-zone, normal combo everywhere else. Most glowy products I cannot use. Glowy foundations, glowy primers. I end up looking like an oil slick. I have spent my whole life battling oily shine, and so there's a fine line as far as I'm concerned between looking dewy and healthy and just looking oily. And I'm not all about the oily look. This one, however, walks that line perfectly. So when I saw that e.l.f. had this invisible sunscreen and that it was blurring, I assumed that it would probably be more mattifying, and I am excited to test it out. Before I put this on, let me tell you a little bit about the product. This completely clear SPF 35 sunscreen helps protect skin while it primes, creating a smooth, poreless looking complexion that grips makeup for long-lasting wear. It has a gel texture. It is a chemical sunscreen. I don't see any alcohols listed in the ingredient list, but there are a lot of cones, dimethicone and silicone, and that's what gives it its slippery, velvety feeling. I do think that it does give some pore blurring on my hand. You've heard the claims and seen the texture? Let's put it on my face and see how it feels. I am going to use the amount of sunscreen that they tell you should use, which is a 1/4 teaspoon. I'm not going to measure because I kind of have a pretty good idea of what that is, and it's about that. So we'll just see how this blends in. It's just very gel-like, and we'll see if I feel like it blends in or just sits on my skin. It feels really slippery on my skin right now. I'm going to go ahead and bring some of that down. I'm going to go ahead and bring some of that down on my neck and my chest. I have a feeling this is going to need a while to soak in. Now, if I'd used just the amount that I would have used for a primer, I don't think it would feel quite this heavy. But it's not just a primer, it's a primer and a sunscreen. And in order to get the benefits of the 45 SPF, you have to use the right amount. It doesn't specify on here how much to use. It just says, after the last step of your skincare routine and before makeup, apply evenly and generously, 15 minutes prior to sun exposure. There's absolutely no scent or fragrance that I can discern, so that is good if you don't like sunscreens that smell sunscreeny. This one doesn't. And they didn't put anything coconutty or anything like that in there. It just smells like nothing. It does feel like it's kind of starting to settle in now. So coming in close, I do think that I see some pore blurring in this area here. My pores don't look as pronounced as they usually do, and it is setting down the more it sits here, so we will see at the end of the 15 minutes how it feels and how it looks, if that pore blurring kind of goes away as it settles in, or if it stays there. I'm going to go away for 15 minutes, but it's going to go by like that. I went and had a little lunch, and this has set down really well. It does feel just a little tacky, which I kind of would expect because it is also supposed to be a gripping primer. So since it's a primer, I don't have to do that step. We'll go ahead and get that out of the way. And I decided today that I wanted to use my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the shade 115 Ivory. In case you're wondering, no, it did not come with the pump. I bought these on Amazon. I'll have them linked in the description box down below. And so let's just put this on and see how it looks with this sunscreen and primer. This is a foundation that I know that I like, that wears well on me. So it would be good to test and see if the sunscreen affects its wear time or anything like that. I really think my skin looks nice right now. It's very smooth. It is mattified, but it's not flat, and it's not weird on my nose. I've been having a little trouble lately with foundations, even foundations that I like, looking weird on my nose, and I don't really know why, but this does not. It's really smooth on my nose. It's not gathered weird in the corners. And so yeah, I'm pretty impressed with this sunscreen as a primer. I was a little worried, as thick as it felt going on, that it wouldn't settle in and that it might pill when I put my foundation on, but neither of those things happened. It soaked in really nicely, did not continue to feel heavy, had just a little bit of grip, and yeah, I think it looks nice. Okay, I am going to put on my concealer and the rest of my makeup products, and I'll be back to talk about this just a little bit more, as well as the other sunscreens that e.l.f. has just recently launched. As you can see, I now have all of my makeup on, and I am just really happy with the way my skin looks. I've gotten some new subscribers lately, and I want to welcome all of you to the channel. My name is Tina, I'm 58 years old, and I love talking about makeup and other things that are important to women my age. I have noticed that a lot of my viewers are actually in their 20s and 30s, and of course you are welcome too. I hope that the tips and the techniques and the products I share are applicable to all age groups, and that if I share some things that are specific to being in a certain age of life, that maybe it might give you a peek into what might be coming down the road for you someday. After I got my foundation on, I did use the e.l.f. Putty Color Correcting Eye Brightener under my eyes, and then I also used the Revlon Candid Concealer. Really like this concealer. And then I powdered under my eyes with the Moira Set and Correct Finishing Powder, and then the rest of my face with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder in the light pink color. I did a super easy eye look. I just used my bronzer in the crease and transition area, and then used this little hard candy palette that I got at Walmart for really, really inexpensive. And then I put this bronzy shimmer on the outer half of the lid, and this lighter shimmer on the inner half of the lid. A little bit of brown eyeliner to tightline, bronzer, a peachy blush, a little bit of the e.l.f. Lash and Roll Mascara, some brows, and I was done. It was super quick. So e.l.f. now has this whole line of affordable sunscreen products, and I actually like all of them. This is great if you've been out in the sun for a little while. You've got a full face of makeup on, but you want to re-up that SPF a little bit. You shake this up, spray it on, and it has an SPF of 45. I did have a little bit of trouble when I used this with my Lash Princess False Lash Effect. The mascara smudged a little bit on my brow bone. That was the only mascara I've had that trouble with, just to let you know. And it also has a lot of alcohol in it, so this is not something that I would use every day. I think even on my skin it might be a little drying, but I'm not every day needing something like this to re-up in the middle of the day. And then, like I said earlier, the Woe Glow gives just a beautiful finish on your skin, and it does not affect the wear time of the makeup. And so now I also have the invisible one when I'm not in the mood to be super glowy. This is a first impression. I just got this in the mail this morning and I couldn't wait to try it, so I don't know what it's going to do to the wear time of the makeup or how it's going to look. I will update you either in a pinned comment or across the screen here, maybe both, on how it did wear. If you've tried any of these products, let us know down in the comments how they worked for you and what your skin type is. That's really helpful for people who are looking for recommendations. If you haven't tried them but want to, which one do you think you're going to pick up? I'm going to put up the videos where I tested these two products, so if you haven't seen them, you can go check those out. If you've enjoyed this video and you're not subscribed, I invite you to do so and turn those notifications on. Please also take a second, hit that thumbs up button, because that is super helpful for YouTube to know that they need to push this video out to more people. I'll see you over in one of those videos or in the next one. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Bye.